Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay?
Andy Byron's wife just became the most sympathetic woman on the internet after her husband's affair was exposed at a Coldplay concert. And the evidence that just surfaced will absolutely destroy you. Megan Kerrigan Byron went from being a CEO's devoted wife to the victim of the most public cheating scandal ever. And what she's doing now will make you want to give her the biggest hug. Picture this. You're at home while your husband is supposedly at a business event, when suddenly the entire internet is watching him get cozy with his employee on a kiss cam. That's exactly what happened to Megan when Andy Byron and HR director Kristen got caught at the Coldplay concert. And Chris Martin's joke about them having an affair.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Just made everything 10 times worse. When that camera zoomed in on Andy and Kristen, their reaction said, everything! Andy immediately ducked behind the barrier like he was trying to hide from his wife, while Kristen covered her face in pure panic. Chris Martin even joked, either they're having an affair or they're very shy. And honey, we all know which one it was. Megan Kerrigan Byron isn't just any CEO's wife. She's a devoted mother who has been supporting Andy's career for years. While he was building his billion-dollar tech company Astronomer, Megan was at home raising their 2 beautiful children, posting proud messages about her husband's success, completely unaware that he was betraying her trust. The most devastating part? Megan's social media was filled with happy family photos, graduation pictures with their kids, proud wife moments, celebrating Andy's business achievements. She was living her best life as a supportive wife while Andy was getting close to Kristen, who joined the company in November 2024. Online sleuths went to work after the Coldplay incident and discovered that both Andy and Kristen are married with kids. The LinkedIn profiles, the family photos, the timeline, everything pointed to a workplace affair that had been going on right under everyone's noses. One Twitter user with 240,000 views said, "They messed up, serves them right." After the scandal broke, something incredible happened. Thousands of strangers started flooding Megan's Facebook with messages of support. People were writing, "You don't deserve this. Feel sorry for his wife, Megan Kerrigan Byron, and I hope Andy's wife takes everything." The internet officially chose Team Megan. Here's where it gets satisfying. Eagle-eyed social media users noticed that Megan appears to have dropped Byron from her last name on social media platforms. She's going back to just Kerrigan Byron, or even just Kerrigan. And honestly, we are here for this power move. She's literally erasing him from her identity. The internet absolutely destroyed Andy and Kristen after their pathetic hiding attempt. One comment said, "You can add cheating at a Coldplay concert to your resume," while another roasted Andy, saying at least he had the brains to disable all comments on his posts. He's a loser and you're a gold digger. Let's talk about the irony here. Kristen is literally the chief people officer, the person responsible for workplace culture and employee trust at Astronomer. She's supposed to prevent exactly this kind of inappropriate workplace relationship, but instead, she's the one having an affair with the CEO. The hypocrisy is unreal. The most heartbreaking part of this entire mess, Andy and Megan's children, who now have to deal with their father's affair being broadcast to millions of people. These kids went to school after this scandal broke, and you know their classmates had already seen the viral videos. The family destruction Andy caused is unforgivable. While Andy was making pathetic excuses and Kristen was hiding from the internet, Megan handled this situation with incredible dignity. She quietly removed herself from social media, changed her name, and focused on protecting her children from the chaos. This woman is showing us what real strength looks like. What do you think about Megan's situation? Should she take Andy for everything he's worth in the divorce? Drop your support for Megan in the comments below. And if you're here for more stories about innocent wives getting the justice they deserve after their husband's scandals, smash that subscribe button because we're always Team Wife. Guys, I literally cannot breathe right now. The texts I'm about to show you are so desperate, so unhinged, that I had to pause 3 times while reading them. Kristen Cabot didn't just lose her job after that Coldplay kiss cam disaster. She had a complete mental breakdown via text message. We're talking 47 messages in one night. Messages so cringe that even her own lawyer told her to delete her phone. But before your jaw hits the floor, smash that like button because this digital meltdown is about to ruin your day. For those who missed it, July 17th, Coldplay concert, kiss cam lands on two people who clearly shouldn't be together. The woman desperately trying to get a kiss, Kristen Cabot, head of HR. The guy turning away like he's seen a ghost? That man was Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer, worth approximately $50 million. Not her husband. Within minutes, that awkward 15 seconds broke the internet and destroyed multiple lives. But here's what nobody knew. That embarrassing moment was just the beginning, because what happened at 3:47 a.m. the next morning will haunt me forever. Kristen's phone became a weapon of mass desperation, and Andy Byron was about to get absolutely bombarded with the most cringeworthy messages ever sent by a human being. Message number 1, sent at exactly 3:47 a.m. Andy, are you awake? I can't sleep. I keep seeing that moment over and over. The way you looked at me, or didn't look at me. I'm spiraling here. This is giving major stalker vibes. But it gets so much worse because 4 minutes later at 3:51 a.m., she sends message number 2. You can't ghost me. Not after everything. I gave up everything for you. My marriage, my reputation, my peace of mind. You owe me a response. And that's when I knew this woman was about to have a complete and total breakdown via text message. But wait, because at 4:23 a.m. she sends what might be the most desperate message in the history of desperate messages. I'm scared, Andy. Really scared. Don't let this be the end of us. Tell me it wasn't just for fun. Tell me those late nights in your office meant something. Tell me when you said you loved me. You actually meant it. Y'all, the secondhand embarrassment is so real right now, I'm literally cringing just reading this. But this next text? This one made me physically recoil from my phone screen. I protected you. I kept your secrets. I covered for you when the board started asking questions. Don't leave me out here alone to burn while you save yourself. Excuse me? That's not love. That's straight up blackmail. She's basically saying, I have dirt on you. I know where the bodies are buried. Don't you dare abandon me now. The audacity, the manipulation, the sheer desperation of it all. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. At 5:15 a.m., clearly having gotten zero response from Andy, she sends the most unhinged message of the entire night. We talked about this, Andy. We talked about clearing space in our lives. You promised me we'd be together once the timing was right. You said your marriage was just for show, that you were only staying for the kids. Was all of that a lie? Clearing space in their lives. She genuinely thought they'd divorce their spouses and ride off into the sunset like corporate Bonnie and Clyde. The delusion is staggering, and she's creating a permanent digital record of this mental breakdown. Now, while Kristen was having her 3 a.m. digital meltdown, the rest of the world was waking up to the biggest celebrity scandal of the year. The paparazzi were mobilizing, social media was exploding, and Entertainment Tonight was preparing to drop the exclusive that would break the internet. And boy, did they deliver. There she is, Kristen Cabot, outside her absolutely massive $2.2 million New Hampshire mansion. Watering her garden like her entire life didn't just implode on national television. She's wearing this oversized cardigan, hair in a messy bun, looking like she hasn't slept in days. Which, given the timestamp on those texts, she probably hadn't. But here's the detail that had everyone shook. Her left hand, completely bare. That wedding ring that she'd worn for 15 years, gone. Vanished. Disappeared like her career prospects and her dignity. This woman went from happily married corporate executive with a perfect life to desperate homewrecker with no job, no husband, and no shame in exactly 72 hours. The transformation is absolutely shocking. Before the kiss cam, corporate queen with a rock on her finger, power suits, corner office, respect from her peers. After the kiss cam, gardening in shame with naked hands, unemployed, divorced, and the subject of internet memes. But the most diabolical, most calculated, most absolutely unhinged text came at 6:33 a.m. And I need you to prepare yourselves for this because I was not ready when I first read it. Are you sitting down? Because this is about to destroy you. If you walk away now, Andy, you're not just walking away from me. You're walking away from both of us. Think about that before you make any decisions you can't take back. Both of us? Y'all, she hinted at being pregnant. Whether it was real, whether it was manipulation, whether it was a complete lie. That one text sent Andy Byron into full-blown panic mode. Sources close to the situation say he immediately called his lawyer, hired the most expensive crisis PR firm in Boston, and blocked her number on every platform imaginable. The man went into full witness protection mode. Look at the paparazzi photos from that day. This is a man who just got hit with the pregnancy card and is absolutely terrified. But here's the tea that nobody's talking about. No pregnancy was ever confirmed. No follow-up messages, no doctor's appointments, no baby announcements. Was it real? Was it the most manipulative lie ever told? Was it the most calculated power move of 2025? We may never know. But what we do know is that Kristen knew exactly what button to push. And she pushed it hard.
Company, and that it seems there was some issues to do with the way that employees were treated and stocks, etc. It gets quite complicated. I'm not surprised that all this stuff is going to come out. It is probably going to get uglier from here.
Meanwhile, on the other side of this absolute disaster, Andy's wife Megan is serving looks and shade on social media like the absolute queen that she is. Her Instagram story that literally broke me. Sometimes the real snake smiles in your face and sits in your husband's office. Megan basically said, I'm not the one having a mental breakdown via text message like a teenager. And honestly, respect. This woman is handling the most public humiliation imaginable with grace, class, and just the right amount of savage energy. But here's where the story takes another absolutely wild turn. TikTok, being TikTok, has dubbed Kristen the garden snake, because she's literally been living in her backyard since the scandal broke. And the memes, oh my God, the memes are absolutely sending me. She's planting tulips while plotting revenge. She's watering her comeback strategy from boardroom to backyard. She traded her corner office for a corner garden. The internet is absolutely ruthless. And honestly, I'm here for it. But here's the scary part that nobody's talking about. Sources say she's not done. Recent messages to Andy sent from a new number after he blocked her original one aren't desperate anymore. They're threatening. Don't forget I covered for you when the SEC started sniffing around. Don't forget I have copies of everything. Don't forget I know where all the bodies are buried. She's holding company secrets, screenshots of private conversations, documents that could potentially destroy not just Andy, but the entire company. This woman has leverage and she's not afraid to use it. And the fact that she's putting all of this in writing, creating a permanent digital record of their affair and her complete mental breakdown, I cannot even begin to comprehend the level of poor decision-making happening here.
First off, I'd like to start off by saying Chris Martin is a little rat and a snake, and Coldplay is the worst band in human history. He broke the bro code. They just couldn't let me clap some cheeks in peace.
A billionaire tech CEO, a Coldplay concert, one kiss cam moment that just cost him $35 million. We're talking about a 5% company stake, half his property empire, and his entire reputation gone in 15 seconds. This is the story of Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer. But what he's saying in recent interviews will shock you.
And now my wife is about to take half my fortune and I'm left without any cheeks to clap. I'll be becoming a gooner.
And when you find out how his wife Megan has been planning this financial takedown for months, your jaw is going to hit the floor. This isn't just about cheating. This is about how one viral moment at a Coldplay concert brought a billion-dollar empire crashing down. It wasn't just his career that unraveled, but his marriage, his fortune, and his legacy. Stay until the end because what happened after the concert will change how you see the billionaire world forever. If you think money can buy you class, this video will completely change how you look at CEOs around the world. So who exactly is Andy Byron and how did he build a $70 million empire? Born in 1975, Andy wasn't born into wealth. He earned every single dollar through pure tech hustle. After graduating from Providence College, he started climbing the corporate ladder in the most competitive industry on earth. His first major breakthrough came at Fuse in 2015, where he served as president and COO, helping scale the unified communications company before its massive acquisition. But Andy was just getting started. In 2017, he joined CyberEase as Chief Revenue Officer, and this is where the magic happened. He grew their annual recurring revenue from just $5 million to over $70 million in just 2 years. The real moneymaker was Lacework, where Andy served as President and Chief Revenue Officer from 2019 to 2023, driving massive revenue expansion. The equity gains and bonuses from these three companies alone netted him an estimated $10 to $15 million. Then came Astronomer, the company that would make him truly wealthy. In January 2023, Andy joined as Chief Revenue Officer. But by July, he was promoted to CEO of this data ops platform company. Under his leadership, Astronomer exploded in value, powering Apache Airflow workflows across over 80,000 organizations worldwide. The crown jewel moment came in May 2025 when Astronomer closed a massive $93 million Series D funding round at a valuation of $1.2 to $1.3 billion. As CEO, Andy held roughly 1 to 5% equity in the company, meaning his stake alone was worth $12 to $65 million overnight. But Andy's wealth wasn't just in company stock. Public records reveal he owns multiple high-end waterfront properties in Massachusetts worth a combined $7 to $9 million, plus a stunning beachfront home in New Hampshire valued at over $2 million. His CEO salary was reportedly in the mid-600s of thousands per year, plus performance bonuses that pushed his annual compensation well into the seven figures. By July 2025, financial experts estimated Andy Byron's total net worth at anywhere from $20 to $70 million, making him one of the wealthiest tech CEOs in New England. He had everything: the company, the properties, the perfect family image with his wife, Megan Kerrigan. Life was absolutely perfect. But then came November 2024 when Kristen joined Astronomer as HR director. What started as a professional relationship between the CEO and HR director quickly became something much more personal. Despite both being married with beautiful children, Andy and Kristen began having an office affair. Secret dinners, coffee meetings, and late-night work sessions that had nothing to do with business management. For months, they thought they were being discreet, but office affairs in the corporate world rarely stay hidden for long. The tension was building, and it all came to a head on July 16, 2025, when Andy and Kristen, now Astronomer's chief people officer, attended the Coldplay concert in Boston together. What happened next would destroy everything Andy had built over decades. The kiss cam footage went viral instantly, showing the married CEO in an intimate embrace with his HR chief. Within hours, the video had millions of views and the internet was ruthless. But it wasn't just the kiss that made people lose their minds. It was their reaction when they realized they were on camera. Andy looked like he'd seen a ghost, ducking and hiding as fast as humanly possible, while Kristen covered her face like her husband was watching her on TV from home. Their guilty behavior made the moment even more scandalous, and Chris Martin couldn't resist making jokes about the awkward situation, which only made the viral moment explode even further across social media. But here's where the story gets even crazier. Andy Byron actually considered suing Chris Martin and Coldplay for $50 million.
First off, I'd like to start off by saying Chris Martin is a little rat and a snake, and Coldplay is the worst band in human history.
Legal experts immediately shot down his chances, pointing out that in a packed 70,000-seat arena with concert cameras rolling, there's absolutely no reasonable expectation of privacy. The lawsuit never materialized, but it shows just how desperate Andy had become. The financial consequences were swift and brutal. Both Andy and Kristen resigned from Astronomer within days, forfeiting future compensation, stock option vesting, and performance bonuses worth millions. But the real financial devastation was just beginning. Under Massachusetts law, assets accumulated during a marriage are presumptively divided equally upon divorce. Andy and Megan had been married for over 7 years, meaning she was entitled to 50% of everything, roughly $10 to $35 million, depending on the final valuation of his assets.
And now my wife is about to take half my fortune and I'm left without any cheeks to clap. I'll be becoming a gooner.
But here's the part that will blow your mind. Sources close to the family reveal that Megan had been suspicious of Andy's relationship with Kristen for months before the concert. She had allegedly been documenting evidence and consulting with divorce attorneys, preparing for this exact scenario. The kiss cam moment wasn't just bad luck. It was the smoking gun she needed. The divorce proceedings alone are expected to cost 6 figures in legal fees, plus ancillary costs like child custody evaluations and expert witnesses. Andy's also facing the complete destruction of his professional reputation, making it nearly impossible to land another high-level CEO position or raise capital for future ventures. Financial analysts now project that Andy's post-scandal net worth could shrink to just $30 to $40 million by early 2026, once divorce settlements and forfeitures are fully accounted for. That's a potential loss of $30 to $40 million, all because of 15 seconds on a kiss cam. The most shocking part? Kristen Cabot has completely disappeared from public view. Recent photos show her at her $2.2 million New Hampshire mansion, tending to her garden with her wedding ring conspicuously absent. After 15 years of marriage, that ring came off faster than Andy ducked from the kiss cam. This story proves that no amount of money can protect you from the consequences of your actions. Andy Byron built a $70 million empire over decades, only to watch it crumble in a single viral moment. It's a reminder that in the age of social media, privacy is an illusion, and one mistake can cost you everything.